Hi, so this is the first video for Attract Clients Connect Authentically. And I am really super excited that you guys all tuned in to this launch of this really amazing dynamic workshop. And you know, the real reason why I actually decided to do this workshop is because in my heart, I felt like I had this information for so many coaches out there that are really struggling to try and identify into words what their why is and how to convert that why into their program and into their talk, and how do they go about actually using what they learned from their own experiences to create the steps that their clients take. And so I'm talking to all of you. I'm talking to you because I was there. I was one of those coaches. I used to be the kind of person that was like, okay, so maybe I'm going to do functional nutrition. Maybe I'm going to do mindfulness. Maybe I'm going to do a program about being gluten-free and dairy-free, and how do you do that, right? Maybe I'm going to do a program about intuition. Maybe I'm going to, and then the maybes just kept on coming. And all I have to say is that the bottom line answer was it had to come from me. Nobody else could give it to me. Nobody else could tell it to me. Nobody else could point me in the right direction. Once I had a direction, then I could participate in with business coaches and with other coaches, and I have, to try and figure out ways to create programs like this one, to create ways to market my programs, which I'm doing, and it goes on and on like that. And through it, there's a lot of mental breakdowns with critter brain wondering if I'm in the right space, if I'm doing the right thing, even after my big breakthrough with my why and knowing why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. So this workshop, this 8-week workshop, really is a work of love for all of the coaches and entrepreneurs out there, all of us, who put our hearts and souls, and all the healers that put their hearts and souls into everything that they do to be able to serve all the people that they serve with love, and to hold that space for all of them to be able to create the life that those people want to create, and having the foresight to know that holding that space for them will ultimately create a better life for them. And so my hat's off to all of you. And so this program really is just because I have this information based on things that I know from being a speech pathologist for 34 years and being a coach and learning it the hard way myself. And I wanted to share that wealth of information with you to make your road easier and to give you the pieces of the puzzle that I found that were lacking for myself and had to discover. And I think that you'll find that this 8-week course is filled with this beautiful PowerPoint that I put together that you get to keep, with a wealth of information that you can refer back to, along with many personalized meditations specifically designed for this program to help you really manifest what you want. In addition to, and this is something I didn't even know how exciting this was going to be, but amazing interviews with coaches and healers that I know that are using their why today to create the work that they want and create the life that they want with the work that they love. And basically, I feel like that's something all of us want. Anybody who's an entrepreneur out there wants that. They want the keys to that castle. And so I wanted to be able to provide that to all of you. And something that you should know that I really strongly feel is that your story, your why, and the how you got to the end of your rainbow, you know, how you got from this one side to this other side, how you did that is really the key to it all. That is the key to the castle. Because the clients that you're working with that are meant to work with you are going to be attracted by your journey. They're going to be attracted by the pain points that you had to go through because they themselves are experiencing them now. And so when you highlight them and when you discuss them and you create your program with them in mind, you're going to be speaking to them. And a lesson that I learned is we want to attract the clients that we want to work with, our ideal clients. And so in order to manifest them, and in order to compel them and develop a rapport with them, you need to show them what your journey looked like and show them how to move from one stuck point to the next stuck point until they're at the other end. And isn't that what a coach does anyway? We take you from one space to the next space to the next space. And even if you aren't a coach and you are a healer, the idea of healing a person is to be able to get them to shed those spaces that they're stuck in. And that's what this journey is all about. And so this flower grid right over here, I hope everybody has one. And if you don't, download it and come back to this video. And in this flower grid, what you're going to do, in the center of the flower grid, get a pencil. I'm using colored ones. And in the center, what you're going to do is you're going to write the word you. And on the top of the flower grid, where the 12 o'clock spot would be on a clock, you are going to write the word attract authentically. And on the spot of the flower that would resemble like the 3 o'clock spot, you know, if you were on a clock, on that spot, put ideal client. And then the one right below that, you're going to write your story. And next to that, you're going to write financial prosperity. And the next one after that, you're going to write speak. And in the end, it should look like this. So I'll give you a minute to fill that out. Okay. And so what I want you to think about when you look at that, attract authentically, you're going to take a pencil and you're going to shed it, shade in. How do you think you're doing right now attracting your clients authentically? Do you feel like you've mastered that? Do you feel like maybe a little? If you feel like most of the time, think about your conversations with potential clients and how they close. Are you feeling like those conversations are allowing you to attract them with your authentic story? And then when you're done, I want you to look at ideal client. And I want you to ask yourself, are you finding that you're working with your ideal client? Are you finding that you're just accepting anybody that wants to work with you, and some of them are ideal and some of them really aren't your ideal clients? Are you feeling like you're not attracting anyone? Are you feeling like you're attracting them sometimes? And then color in that petal depending on where you think you are. Am I going too fast? And then your story. This part. Are you using your story to connect with your clients when you're speaking to people? Are you using the journey that you went on in the story that you've created? Or are you talking about something else? You know, I know a lot of people are using the sugar story, and it's a good one, but that might not be your story. Or maybe you're using another story, but it doesn't resemble your why. So depending on where you are and what your story is resembling, color in your petal. The next one is about financial prosperity. Do you feel like the money that you're making for the work that you're doing is of value? Do you feel like you're charging clients less than what you'd like? Do you have a price point of where you'd like to be? Do you feel valued with the money that you're making? Do you feel like if you continue in the space that you're in, that you're going to be able to achieve that financial prosperity that you are holding hope for? The last one is about speaking. Do you feel like you can speak to one or many people about your work, what you do, why you're passionate about it, and how it relates back to the program that you're using with clients? Do you feel like it's inclusive, like it all sort of goes together? Your program is, let's say your program is about mindfulness, and then your talk is about how mindfulness changed your life, and your program is steps into achieving a mindful life. And within that program, you have 12 different weeks of how do we achieve that. That's what I'm talking about. Do you feel like you have that? And the center is you. Do you feel authentically you in all of those things that you do? And so I know that's a lot to be considering and to think about. But when I started to think about what do you need to be successful as a client, what do you need? And after interviewing all these coaches that are successful themselves and healers that are successful themselves, and when I say successful, I mean that they're doing the work that they love and they're happy in the way that they're doing it. And so success doesn't always necessarily mean making $100,000. Success means that they're continuously getting clients, that they're doing the work that they love, and they feel like there's a connection between the story that they have, the work that they do, the clients they attract, and it all seems to be unified. So I'd like to lead us in a little meditation to think about this and help you start to think about that why you're doing this. So if you can, close your eyes and plant your feet on the floor. Put your palms up to the sky. And I want you to take a deep breath in. Let go of what doesn't serve. And then take another breath. Hold it. And let go of what doesn't serve. And take the next breath and sink that breath into your lungs and down all the way into your diaphragm, that you could feel your belly full with air as your ribs expand to hold the capacity of that air, and blow it out loud. And in this space that you're in, I want you to feel your feet firmly planted upon the floor, and your ankles above your feet, and your knees above your ankles, and your hips aligned, and your stomach's relaxed, and your chest is relaxed, and your shoulders are down, and your hands are turned up, and your jaw is relaxed, your center of your eye is relaxed. And if you have the ability to open up that third eye, please do it. And open up the area on top of your head, that area where light can shine through. I want you to imagine that there's a big sun above you, shining brightly above your head. That light shining on you. And you see a path that you're walking on. And with every step that you take on this path, you're remembering the journey that you took and all the steps that you took to get to the destination that you're in right now. So take one step and remember that first place where you were, when you really felt the need for that transition. And remembering what it was like before you realized how important what you're doing is. And before you is this big whiteboard. And on the words on the board, you're going to flip them over in a moment. It's going to say your why. The one that's the reason why you became a coach. The reason why you want to help people and heal them. And I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1. And when we get to 1, the board's going to be turned around. And you're going to see the words in your mind of the why you are doing this work. You're going to remember them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the board is flipped. And you see that word. For me, it's authenticity. What's your word? And when I count backwards from 5 to 1, when you open your eyes, I want you to write that word down on a piece of paper on the back of your flower grid. 5, hold on to that word and all the emotionality that's attached to that word. 3, hold on to the emotions and the feelings surrounded by the declaration of that word. 2, create that word and make it big in your mind, really important. 1, flutter your eyes open and write down that word. I'm writing mine down. that word, that understanding is the crux of your why, where you're going to base your program from, how you're going to attract your clients. And from that word, we create everything. And so I hope this was inspirational for you and that you were able to figure out how it all ties together. And that this was an inspiring call to you to sign up for Attract Clients Connect Authentically. And take the time for yourself as a gift to be the coach that you really set out to be. Attract the clients, develop the rapport, create the story, create the program. By the end of this 8 weeks, anybody in this program will know their why. Will have their 12-week signature program. That's your personal program based on your why. Will have all the steps needed to create your talk, your personalized talk, and develop information for how to speak in front of a group of people and how to use those talks in Facebook Lives and in addition to Instagram. I provide everybody with 4 one-to-one sessions as well as 8 modules that you will be getting, 8 meditations, and about, I don't even know, I lost track of so many. There's so many interviews to be sharing with you. More than 11 interviews from prosperous coaches that are working right now using their why. Any questions, please call me up. I'd love to do a one-on-one session with you and see if this program is the right fit for you. My phone number is 917-836-4495. There'll be a link that you can follow to schedule an appointment with me. And I look forward to speaking with you. And I hope this time allowed you to get some clarity and create a deeper insight into the reason why you're a coach and how to use that to the best of its ability. Thanks for watching.